People say we have a problem, but it doesn't matter making new best friends. And the only problem is we like having a good time. Forget your self-help and your programs. I'm only taking 12 steps towards the only famous marathon.
What is up? Hello. I am JPJ. This is my boy John, and welcome to episode 2 of Between Two Beards. John, how are we this evening, my man?
What is good, my man? We got the lights kicked on. The budget is popping. Spencer was nice enough to give us some electricity for tonight's episode. I just got fully vaccinated. And what's that we're doing tonight, JPJ? Giving away a free mug, baby.
We are giving away a free Sunday brunch mug, as John tweeted earlier today. John, please explain the nature of our giveaway.
All right. So behind the curtain here at the old Casa de la JB, I don't know, we'll call it that. We got a puppy. We got ourselves a little puppy, and the only stipulation I had for said puppy was that I got to name him, because everybody they've named all the other pets. So I said I'm going to name him, and I named him Piper after Roddy Piper.
Awesome.
Right. So Stone Cold Steve Austin got nixed. They were like, I don't know if the kids would like that. So we nixed Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Were you going to name him full? Was it going to be full Stone Cold Steve?
Yes,
like, this is my dog, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yes.
It's the only way you got. It's the only way you can go. It's the only way.
That's what we were gonna do. But we settled on Piper. I think it's a good name. He's a little rowdy guy, so it works out perfect. But beautiful. During the whole naming process, I kept coming up with dog-related wrestling puns and talking about dog-related wrestlers. And I thought, what better way to appreciate our fans for a kick-ass episode 1 than to give y'all one of these free mugs on Between Two Beards. All you got to do in the comments all show long, drop dog-related wrestling puns, and we will pick the best one at the end, and we'll send you one of these. If you've already got one, well, now you got 2, and you can give it away. So
look at this right here. We have Spencer jumping in the chat immediately and saying, I've got a friend with a dog named Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Ooh,
I hope that's true. I hope 100% that's true, because that would be that guy. If he introduced his dog to me, and that was his dog's name, that guy would be my friend forever, for the rest of my life.
I mean, Spencer, of course, in his best interest, is leading off strong with a really good pun name, because we're blowing the budget by also giving away inventory.
And there's our boy Ed. Thank you for joining us again, my friend. As always, it is wonderful to see you.
Episode 2, we are here.
And then Spencer again, the pup of the also awesomely named Albertan wrestler Taryn from accounting. All right. Rock and roll. I've never had a dog, sadly. My dad was allergic. I grew up. My dad was allergic. So unfortunately, we weren't allowed to have a dog. I want a dog. One day I will have a dog. But right now I have a son, a cat named Louie. That's about all I got. So
there you go.
Rock and roll.
Dogs and wrestling are like hand in hand, though, man. Like the dog, road dog, the British bulldog.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing with Al Snow and the Big Boss Man.
Pepper. Oh, yep.
Frankie Monet's got a dog. I mean, dogs in wrestling, it just makes sense.
It is true. And Matilda, obviously, the gold standard.
Get you one of these. Get you one of these, boys.
Yes. So let's keep that up all evening with the dog puns, and we will decide the best one at the end of the night, and someone will be winning a fantastic mug. I have one of those mugs. It is an excellent vessel for beverages.
Yes.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Yes. All right. So let's dive right in.
So
the kennel from hell. All right. Do we want to talk about the kennel from hell? No, I'm just
no. That's what we're here for. We're going to talk about that whole match, break it down minute by minute. No, we're going to get our studded belts and our Funko Pops ready, because JPJ, it's time for the hot topic of the week. And I think everybody heard today, and I know where we're going with this. The Velveteen Dream, gone.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, look it. I think as Spencer just said in the chat, he is ecstatic about it. Look at what came out about him, if those are in fact true, which there seems to be evidence that proves that they very well might be, then I agree with Spencer. Like, yeah, if that, see you later. What took so long, kind of thing, if that, but if we're looking at it just strictly from the wrestling performer side of it, like when that guy was at his height, like he was a super, like he was on NXT, but he was a superstar. Like that was can't miss in my eyes. Like that guy was gonna be one of the guys, and then it turns out that he's not a good person. So it is what it is. And he's where he should be now on the not employed, but I mean, you can't
talk about a dude that had a rocket strapped to his ass.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Boom.
Like Spencer just said, talk about a fall from grace like that. Man, he was so over in NXT and just in, all the takeovers. He was the top guy in NXT at points, and he wasn't even the champion. He felt like the top, like the guy everyone wanted to see the most. It's just crazy. Yeah, and Spencer's right.
Spencer.
Yeah, Spencer's right. Call me controversial, but I think that guys hitting on children is a good reason to be fired. 100%. 100%.
I know we shouldn't celebrate a dude losing a job, but like you said, a guy like that, bye-bye. Sorry.
Yeah.
You want to be a piece of crap, but here on Between Two Beards, you're gone.
Yeah, you're gone. And it is what it is. But
Josh Robinson.
Yeah, Josh Robinson popping in. Hello, buddy. How are you? Thank you for coming by.
He's going to be on A Mind Behind tomorrow night.
He is. I'm very excited for that. I'm very, very excited for that.
Great episode. I'm excited. I'll be there.
Yeah. So, anything else to add when it comes to the Velveteen Dream? Because obviously, I think most of us are in agreement that it was okay, this should have probably happened sooner type thing, Yep.
I mean, and the only other, because I don't want to spend too much time on that guy. So, I mean, the only other hot topic of the week is like we touched on last night on the War Report Live. AEW's moving to TBS next year.
Yes.
Adding
yes,
an
they are.
show. Lots and lots of movement. People have a lot of opinions on it. I think it's
Yep, Triple H's finisher is named after a dog food. That is true.
Oh, that is
one
true.
of the all-time great ones too, as finishers go. I think there's been times where he has hit it very sloppily and it doesn't look great, but when he hits a good pedigree, that's just an awesome move. Spencer, comment of the night so far.
So, do we put Colpito in the running for the?
I mean, I would say he's the early favorite. I would say he's the early favorite. Oh. But the night is young.
You guys better come in hot. And I tried so hard in the promotional tactics for tonight's show to not drop any names because I didn't want to give any. I want you guys to think about it. But I was like, I got so many because I've been thinking about it like all week.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as AEW on TBS, I mean, I think it's mainly just it's a lateral move. Like I don't think it's anything that's gonna change anything either way, right? TBS is in more homes than TNT. I think it's something like 400 or 500,000 more homes in the United States. So maybe there's a little bit of a bump, which is a good thing in ratings. But I think for the most part, it is a pretty lateral move. And I think they can play off like when I first started watching wrestling when I was younger, like Saturday night WCW was on TBS. It wasn't on TNT. It was on TBS. So like they're going back. Like I've seen Cody tweet like the mothership, they're calling it. Well, back on the mothership. So I think that's cool, and they'll be able to maybe, show old footage of, some stuff on TBS, like just like wrestling on TBS and something like that. Ed's comment right here. I think that's a great comment. He says, it would have been cool to put Rampage on Saturdays at 6:05.
They've been down for that.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
I'm an old man in the game, JPJ. 10 o'clock on a Friday night. Old
Yeah.
JB's ready to go to bed.
Well, let's dive into that part. Oh, I have no idea what a TBS is. Is that when you can't poo? Oh, Josh. TBS is a channel here in America. It's owned by
known
Turner.
for their comedy.
Yes, it's a Turner Broadcasting Network. So TNT and TBS are the two big ones, and Dynamite is on TNT now. Next year, it's moving to TBS. That's kind
The
of
only
the big
TBS
happening.
I care about is Taking Back Sunday.
Oh, I love Taking Back Sunday. Heyo.
Shout out my emo friends. What's
Yeah.
up?
Let's dive into the new show, though. So it's going to be called Rampage. It's going to be on at 10 o'clock on Fridays. It's only going to be an hour, they said, and it will start on TNT. Oh, Josh. Yes. Emo Friends Unite. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love that we're all sad boys. It's the best.
Maybe we should. Maybe next week we'll have to dive into the bands.
Maybe we'll just have. Maybe next week we'll do the draft of emo bands, or just like yeah. But anyway, what do we think that show's going to be? Like, do we think it's like a live televised version of Dark, or do you think it's, like what do we think Rampage will be? They didn't go into much detail. So what do you early on, like, what are you hoping for it to be, maybe?
I hope that it's not like main event where it's a lot of, recap and then just like one match. I really hope that they can cram some stuff in that hour, advance some storylines and do some stuff, because they've got like 1,000 people on their roster that we don't see every week. The beards catch the tears. That's right, baby.
It's been. I can be sentimental when I need to.
That's right.
I'm a 5-tool player. I can do everything.
I got emotions just like everybody else. I know the beard looks manly. I look tough. I got emotions. I cry.
Yeah.
But no, I hope that it's an hour where they pack in some talent. I don't want to see another Dark or a Dark Elevation where it's all squashes. I really hope that they take an opportunity to do that. And a Friday night at 10 p.m., I think you could probably push the envelope a little further if they wanted to.
Yeah, 100%.
And maybe do a little bit more, maybe not go full Attitude Era, because I don't ever want to see a full-blown Attitude Era again. But you could dabble in some stuff and keep it tasteful is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with that.
Yeah. What classifies as a road dog? Well, he was a roadie.
Oh,
he was Yeah, he was a roadie, and I think that's where the road part came from.
Yeah, he was Jeff Jarrett's roadie when Jeff Jarrett debuted somewhere, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and he had that, that famous song that Mr. Road Dogg ended up being the real singer of on Storyline Fodder. But anyway, I'm in agreement with you. I hope Rampage. It obviously should be a different show, right? They're going to have 4 shows now.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have Elevation, Dark, Dynamite, and Rampage. That's a good number of shows, and they should all be different from each other, right? So.
Because Spencer, it was the Attitude Era. Everybody was Dogg.
Everyone was there was something.
He was cornered out. He was rapping. Snoop Dogg was popular back then. So D.O. Double G. Does Snoop Dogg count as a wrestler? I mean, he did the frog splash at AEW. So I mean, I gotta say, and then he raps over Sasha Banks' theme. So
they're cousins. They're cousins.
Technically, he's a wrestler, right?
I mean, you can throw him in. You can throw him in. I'm not going to fight you. It's not a hill I'm willing to die on. But I would like Rampage to be. You have one big match with some of the main, like the people you see on Dynamite every week, and then you create storylines for the people that maybe you only see on Dark. Oh, Big Papa Pup. That's a good one. Big Papa Pup. Nah. All right, that might be the new leader. That might be the new leader in the clubhouse. Maybe. But I just want the show to be different, and because this is only the second show that's going to be on actual cable television, right? The other 2 are on YouTube.
Yeah.
So does that make more of an emphasis that they're going to put more effort into storylines or more effort into continuing what was going on, as a kid, whenever I heard, "Oh, you didn't know," then look my mother in the eyes and say, "Yo ass better call somebody." Ladies and gentlemen, no, I'm just kidding. But a lot of Road Dogg tonight.
I'm just gonna throw it's big dog time.
All right, well, I'll ask you this. Who is your favorite dog wrestler?
I mean, if I'm being
Roman Reigns.
Oh no, honk,
Goose, honk, bro.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, when I was younger, the Road Dogg was cool. I always wanted, when I was growing up, that hockey jersey, football jersey, DX suck it. I thought the Road Dogg used to wear. I'm glad I never bought one, because that thing has definitely not aged well in terms of probably my old ass wearing it around with my kids. But Road Dogg was always my favorite. I mean, I know Spencer dropped an article talking about the British Bulldog on Love Wrestling. Check that out. I bet I know Spencer's favorite dog wrestler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he is my favorite too. The British Bulldog. Yeah. When I first got into it, he was a solo guy, and he was still the good guy with the long braid, like the braided hair or whatnot. One of the first events I ever watched was SummerSlam 92 in Wembley, and he won the Intercontinental title against Brett in the main event. And that made, early on, he was one of, not my favorite, but he was in that, because I remember that event and I was like, oh yeah, everyone was rooting for him. He was, he had the dog. It was awesome. So Bulldog's up there. I also really love Junkyard Dog a lot.
Oh, Junkyard Dog. Good.
Love the Junkyard Dog.
Almost forgot about that.
Yeah. So obviously back in the day, kids, there were things called video stores, and you would go there and you would rent things to watch. Instead, everything's a lot different and easier now, more accessible. But I would go and rent my parents would go because they were renting their movie or whatever, and they would let me rent one video game, and I'd get to rent an old wrestling tape because they were cheap. They were cheaper than the regular rentals. And I would get old Royal Rumbles, old Survivor Series, all these things. And I would watch them all. And the Junkyard Dog, I loved him. When he would do the headbutts crawling on, oh my God, I'll lose my mind.
And this has been back in my day with JPJ.
I do have the,
which
I show it well.
Keep dropping them dog-related wrestling puns. Win you one of these. I think so far
we've had a couple. We've had a couple
good ones.
We've had a couple good ones. My boy Ed's on my side though. He says JYD still holds a spot in my heart. Absolutely, absolutely. All right.
I completely lost track of what we were talking about.
It's all right. We were talking.
The dog juice is flowing. I was like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be throughout the night with these dog puns, so we got to keep in the dog talk as we go. No, but we were talking about the new show and AEW moving to TBS and stuff like that. I think it's a good move. Why not? That's fine. I think they're on a roll. They're doing good stuff, and I don't see it slowing down because of the move. It's another channel in the same family and network. It's lateral. It'll be fun, I think.
And they gained an extra hour out of it, so more wrestling is what's best for business. So let's do that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, my friend.
With that.
So today is the 10-year anniversary of the passing of the Macho Man Randy Savage. I just wanted to touch that, obviously. As we did our list last week on the debut show, he is my favorite wrestler of all the times. So I just figured quickly before we dive into our draft or our joking moment of the week, I just figured...
You've got to be joking moment of the week.
Yeah. I just figured that we would mention Macho Man, and then maybe we would ask each other what our first or favorite Macho Man moment was when we were watching as youngsters. And anybody in the chat, feel free, the couple moments, the things that stick out to you about the Macho Man. But yeah, if you want to start, you can, my friend.
Yeah, I'll be quick because my Macho Man days were more the WCW, so I remember more like the NWO Macho Man, Slim Jim Macho Man. A throwback. What's good, guys? What? No popcorn?
Oh, again, take the shirt off every week. Again.
We can't be getting kicked off the air. I just got the lights turned back on. I'm in Spencer's good graces. We can't be getting naked on the show. his Hogan diss track. I was gonna get there. The rap album wasn't bad. I mean, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and hey, throwback, the popcorn. I don't know, man. I'll have to figure out where that's at. But that's a Tuesday night exclusive almost.
Oh yeah.
Snake. The snake bite, yeah. But so for me, Macho Man, because of my, just getting into wrestling when I did, was one of those you kind of
do not fall to peer pressure. Do not.
I'm glad. I'm glad this is taking.
I mean, it's got to make you feel good. That's more than one person that wants to see you shirtless, my friend.
I mean, these people got to get those eyes checked. I'm not JPJ over here, dude. I'm a hot mess. I like how every time. What do you say? What guys? Yeah, and promoting the show on Facebook group. Yeah, I'm using that mod power. I didn't even know I had that until a couple weeks ago. So I'm using it. Throwback is my dude, by the way. I appreciate it. If it wasn't for Throwback, we'll just real quick segue. I don't want to get too. If it wasn't for Throwback, I wouldn't be here right now. Like, that guy gave me my first shot on camera. He was the one that kept pushing me to do more of this stuff because he saw what I guess I didn't see at the time, which was, I guess I'm good at this. So thank you, Throwback. You're the man. I appreciate you. But back to every time I get like on a serious point about something, somebody wants me to take my shirt off or blow something up or eat popcorn. But no, for me, when you go back, and I know it's cliche to say, so when I went back and watched old Macho Man stuff to kind of understand who he was, like the Steamboat match at WrestleMania 3 is fantastic, right? I don't think anybody's going to be in disagreement there. So if I had to pick a match or a moment, I think that's awesome. But you could tell how he's paved the way, and a lot of people really love the Macho Man. I do those independent spotlights, and I always ask, what's your Mount Rushmore? And he's on the Mount Rushmore of independent talent, like all the time. So
yeah, and it's crazy because the two, the moments that stick out to me when I think of like the moments is like Throwback said, the snake bite was one of the things that I remember vividly as a child because it scared the shit out of me. And I was just like, okay, well, this is, and I don't like snakes. I'm scared of snakes. And I think part of that was because of that segment, because I saw that when I was young and I was like, oh, it just scared the crap out of me. But I do remember that. And I do remember at WrestleMania 7, where he has a career match with the Ultimate Warrior. And I still stand by that. I think this is the Ultimate Warrior's best match. But they have a great match or whatever, and Macho Man loses. And at the end of it, Sensational Sherry, the Macho Man was the heel there. I think he was even the Macho King. Maybe he went back to the Macho King. But he was the heel. Sensational Sherry starts attacking him, and Miss Elizabeth comes out of the crowd, and they have like this, they reunite, and the crowd's going crazy, and Bobby Heenan's losing his mind, like screaming like how disgusting it is, and there's people crying in the audience, and Heenan just like, oh man, it was it was a moment that like I remember watching and being like, oh wow, like this is a huge moment,
I don't think we talked about it because I think our show was debuted last week, so it was after the fact. What did you think as Macho Man being, you're his number one, that was your number one wrestler? What did you think of the documentary A&E did?
I thought it was the worst one of the bunch, to be honest.
Okay.
I've watched them all, and again, it was good. I've watched them all. I thought the Stone Cold one was like on a different level of the rest.
Nope.
I thought that one was like real good. And then, but the Booker T one was good. The Shawn Michaels one from last week was pretty good. But I just thought, yeah, I don't know. I just thought there was something about the Macho Man one just felt like a tad off when compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, I you know, it was still good. Like, it was an average documentary. It wasn't bad by any means, but I wasn't a huge fan of it. I just feel like there's still like this kind of oddness when it comes to when they talk about the Macho Man or when they do stuff when it revolves around the Macho Man. It just seems like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's bizarre to me.
They didn't want anything to do with him for such a long time.
Yeah. And there were rumors and like all sorts of stuff that was the reasons why. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate why.
That.
But like, yeah. Yeah, I agree with Throwback. I agree. Yeah. I think of all of them, the Austin one was kind of way
I can't remember who said it, so I don't want to, and I'm probably going to butcher what they said, but kind of paraphrase where I heard it was like, and now I'm losing my train of thought with all these comments. I keep staring down. Well, no, like the Savage one, they waited to tell his story well after he was gone.
Yeah, like
after. And they didn't have a relationship with him for such a long time that there's not a lot of like with the Piper documentary, which was I like that one a lot. I thought I got a lot of
insight. The Piper one, the Piper one was very good too.
Because there was a lot to that I didn't know about Roddy Piper at the time. But like with the Savage one, well, with the Piper one, there was interview pieces of him that they threw in. Yeah. They didn't really have that with Savage because, like I said, they didn't talk to him or have anything to do with him until well after he was gone. So it was kind of odd, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Throwback does say, just think about the Wario one. Yeah, the Wario one is this Sunday. Yeah, I mean, if I hope they treat it well, right? Because he's definitely a controversial character. He's definitely a controversial person, character, whatever you want to call him. Because he said some real stupid stuff a lot of times.
Autograph.
But he's one of the big names. When I was a kid, he was number 2 to Hulk Hogan. Like it was. Oh, look at that! Ooh, we had a little visitor there. When I was a kid, it was WrestleMania 6, and those were the two guys. Like those were the two top guys. So he was super popular and has a special place in history, but he was kind of not the greatest dude.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they treat it on Sunday and what angle, because they also released that DVD way back, like the Destruction of the Ultimate Warrior or whatever it was. And they just literally shit on him for an hour and a half.
And charge just like $20 for the DVD.
Yeah, like it was just a dismantling of him, and it was like, okay, well, cool.
That's like WWE. They're like, you know what? We're gonna shit on a dude for 2 hours, and you're gonna have to pay for it. And we were like, here, we'll watch, because we thought, an Ultimate Warrior documentary, and then you get into it, you're going, oh boy. Anyway, that was my best friend Seth.
Okay.
For those,
it was nice to meet Seth for that split second that we saw him
behind the curtain. He stopped by to grab some keys because he's watching our dog. Speaking of dogs, get those puns in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
But thank you to everyone joining in on the chat and going along with us tonight. Definitely what we're trying to envision with this show is kind of like have our topics that we talk about, but definitely involve all you guys as much as we can.
Because without all you guys, as cliche as it sounds, this does not happen, right?
100%.
Like I said, it's a cliche, but just because it's a cliche doesn't mean it's wrong.
Spencer says, frankly, after seeing what they did to Savage, I'll be a little peeved if they don't bring up the BS from Warrior. Yeah, I would. They should, it's a documentary. You got to talk about the person. You got to talk about the good and the bad. You can't be biased. I know WWE is in charge of what they're putting out. So, it is what it is. But I would like them to go through all the stuff, the good and the bad.
Right. And like I said on Throwback Show a couple weeks ago when these started to drop, was that, yes, they're an A&E product, but the WWE is not going to let them put out anything that they don't want put out, because the idea is if they wanted these to be, documentaries with all the good and all the bad, even with Stone Cold, and he had a lot of bad, some bad stuff too, and more of the Piper stuff was bad, they would have put that on the WWE network for us hardcore fans. They're trying to gain a new set of eyes by going to A&E, so they're probably skimming over quite a bit of stuff for better or worse. And as hardcore fans, we know that's not the true story. And yeah, they should tell it, from A to Z, but what are you going to do? It's WWE.
Yeah, exactly. Were you an ECW fan, my friend? The original.
The original.
The original.
What we got? You don't like the WWE?
It's not that I don't like it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just it's not the same thing to me.
Yes.
It's not the same thing to me.
Younger, early days, John thought hardcore wrestling was the coolest thing in the world. And I thought ECW, look at these guys. And I thought, man, that's a lot of fun. Now that I'm old and have kids, and I just, oh God, it hurts to watch. But I think I know where you're going this. And ECW lost a legend this past week in New Jack. And that hit me a little, because New Jack was one of those guys that stood out. Like, he was different. Oh, yeah. His promos. He was one of those guys I was legitimately scared of. And you've seen the dark side of the ring, you know why.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of a loose cannon. But the guy was he resonated through the screen. And it's a big loss for the wrestling world. For better or worse. I don't want to get into all of, again, we could dive into New Jack's side, but I'd like to just kind of look at the character that he was, and we'll just talk about from that standpoint. It's a big loss in the community.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Before we dive in, here's the Canadian Goose again. Remember that time the fireworks went off in AEW and scared Cody Rhodes' dog? I do. Pharaoh, right? Pharaoh.
Dogs in wrestling just don't mix real well in terms of if you're going to light off pyro and stuff. I'm pretty sure if Frankie Monet came out with some pyro, that dog would jump. What's that dog? Spencer, what's the dog's name? Because I know you're a big Frankie Monet / Tyre Valkyrie fan, and I can't remember the dog's name.
Spencer did have that. He said Mass Transit had a bad day in heaven last week. Okay. I would agree. New Jack showed up and he was like, "Oh no,
hey buddy,
no." But yeah, no. Oh, there it is. Presley. Presley is the dog's name.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, ECW was on Friday nights at 1 a.m. on the Spanish channel. It was literally on the only Spanish channel we had. And I would stay up at 12, 13. And back then, 12, 13, 1 a.m. is late still a little bit. And I remember I would stay up because I was like, this is the coolest stuff, like you said, that I've ever seen.
It was just different. It was gritty.
Yeah.
It was unpolished and it looked real.
Yeah. And New Jack looked like he actually killed people, he actually destroyed human beings, and we've come to find out a lot of the times he actually did. But New Jack made that look, all of it looked pretty real to me as a 12-year-old. I was like, man, these guys are just destroying themselves. But New Jack put a little bit of fear in you because you were like, wow, this guy is a madman, and I remember that gunshot would go off for Natural Born Killers by Ice Cube, which to this day, New Jack is a big reason why that is one of my favorite rap hip hop songs. That beat and that song is awesome. And that would go off and it would just play throughout the whole song. He'd be having a 10, 12 minute, whatever, 5, 6, 7, 8 minute match. And that song's just playing. And then they would repeat it and it would just keep going the whole time. And he just had the trash can full of weapons, all sorts of stuff. And it was just
you had to know what was in that trash can.
And he made sure you did because he took everything out of that trash. Cheese graters. He took all sorts of stuff.
He had to be the most efficient hardcore wrestler of all time because if he was bringing it to the ring, he was using it, right? He wasn't just bringing that for show. He's like, I'm going to grate some dude's face right now. I'm New Jack. And I'm like, oh boy, it's going to get serious.
Yeah. Throwback says when ECW video packages were on 1 or 2 a.m. and New Jack was on it, it was hypnotizing because he was ECW. He definitely was one of the he was the guy that you waited for. When you heard that go off, you knew shit was going down. You were like, oh God, it's over. This is over, and it's just and it's sad. Obviously, he seemed again he might not have been the greatest gentleman. New Jack versus Sandman. Yep. or Sabu or any of those guys was just, and usually New Jack was just beating up the guys that didn't, he had big matches, obviously, but like a lot of his matches that we saw on television, he wasn't beating up or destroying anyone of like super duper significance. It was the enhancement talent that they were like, hey, can you go out there and just get the absolute shit beat out of you for 10 minutes? And sign this waiver. Right,
him jumping off that balcony is super iconic.
Oh my God, crazy, iconic. You
can't beat that. And then of course that Dark Side of the Ring when he was like, chug, 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 chug. I do that every time. When he was like, when they were talking about that stabbing, and they're like, he said I stabbed him 16 times. Nah, motherfucker, I stabbed him 9 times. I was like, he would say something like that.
Yeah, of course, because that's New Jack. Yeah, that's New Jack. That's who he was.
Oh, so R.I.P. to a legend.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Definitely, as these guys go, and they all go young, it seems, it's just one of those things where like, you start to remember all the wrestling that you watched and you're like, man, like a lot of these people are gone, like a lot of them. Yeah. And it's like, man, it's just like, all right, well, it's just the sad part of life. It's the sad part of it, but he was a legend and he was definitely someone that I knew I loved as a kid. Like I would get jacked up when New Jack was coming out. Jacked up. And not that I want to like, we'll try to light the mood up, but we did have. Yeah, of course. We're gonna have a draft of Disney movies. Like, come on now, like
Well,
it's still in the lead. Yeah,
it's still in the lead. We got a couple more minutes left on that, so go to the Twitter and vote. But we lost another wrestling icon this week. The Miz was eaten by
zombies. Okay, now
which brings us to our gotta be joking.
You gotta be joking me,
Kayla. Moment of the week.
All right. I know it's only the second show, but I think this is the first time that we agree on our "you gotta be joking me" moment of the week.
We got that.
I will preface this on my end, and then I will let you go. I just need to preface it. I don't even necessarily have a problem with what they ended up doing. However, they built the feud and they portrayed it like it was just going to be a normal thing. Like it was just a regular going to be a match, and it ended up just being a commercial for a movie.
Not like, just any movie, Dave Bautista's movie.
But like, you know what I mean? Like it was just like, what? Where shouldn't have the? I don't know. Like if you, I had no words. I have no word. I was like, this is. Come on, man. I'm
gonna preface it like this, right? In wrestling, I could suspend my disbelief quite a bit because it is pro wrestling. We all know when somebody says they're retiring, they're not really retired. When there's an injury, we know it's who, what, where, when, and why. We all know they're not really injured. It's a storyline sense. Yada, yada, yada. My only issue, and I talked about this earlier this week a little bit, was like, if you're going to do this, make it full-blown cinematic. You didn't just have Dave Bautista didn't show up at 6:30 night of the show and go, you guys got to plug my movie, zombie movie, make it happen. And they slapped makeup on some dudes and threw them out there. Yeah. You knew you were going to do this. You had time in production to do this. Go cinematic. Because once you go cinematic, I give you all sorts of leash. Like,
oh yeah. You get leeway there.
They killed Braun Strowman in a swamp. They murdered AJ Styles in a boneyard, and that's okay because it was cinematic, and I knew going in, you're giving me a movie. And it's not like there were fans there. It was the Thunderdome again. So just put it into a movie. The Miz is the A-lister. His whole character is he's an actor, right? He's the A-list movie star because he did Marine 93. Put him in there. Make that happen. And Damian Priest looks like a dude that would play a really cool dude in one of those movies. You got to be joking me and then you had the like zombies not be able to get in the ring. And I've seen a couple zombie movies, so zombies can get in anywhere. Anything, anywhere. That little 3 foot, 4
Once
foot.
they started sprinting, once it got to the timeline and movie lore where they could run fast, I'm like, oh, so now I can't even run away from them.
Yeah.
So it's over
done.
for me. I'm not lasting. So that's.
And then they had Johnny Drip try to kick some in the face, and he got taken out. And then like what killed me is like, this is the same company that just trashed AEW for the Jericho fall through the Helix Sleep mattress that Jericho likes to plug on his show. And then you have those zombies just kind of hug the Miz for like 20 seconds too long.
Yeah. So like, and again, and I know the comment went up earlier, but Ed said the zombies were great. I have no problem with anybody that liked it. Cool.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, like if they would have gave me not a warning, but if they would have gave me like a little bit of insight or foreshadowing or anything that this is where this was going along the way, or like John said, hey, this is going to be a cinematic match of like what, for whatever reason, I'd be fine. But they completely they turned it into like nobody knew that there was zombies there, and like this was just a shock to everyone, and it was like, what is that?
In kayfabe sense, how's come the zombies don't go after Damian Priest?
Yeah,
they just ate the Miz. They were only after the Miz. Like, you got to be joking me.
And then, and Joe, the man behind the curtain, says that the issue was that there was no context for it to happen, and that's true. That's what. Yeah, there was just no context, and it was just like, okay, like. The match was even like all right, like it wasn't a bad. It was just there was just no. And my main problem is Damian Priest, right, should have been coming out of this as a player, like a player that you need to keep an eye on, and he's an afterthought now. So he wins that match, and what's everyone talking about? They're talking about the zombies, and now, unfortunately, which we'll get into in a little bit, they're talking that the Miz got hurt in the match, which stinks. But like,
I couldn't even name a move that happened. Like a significant. No, I can't, because that just it killed it. You're right.
And it's just like, our buddy Martez Ale says, great show. Well, thank you.
Dude.
Yes, thank you for the compliment, and thank you for coming, my friend. Thank you. And then the Canadian Goose. I hope Miz returns as an undead A-lister. Hey, I mean, honk honk. I agree. But like, I just feel like the zombie thing was out of nowhere. Like the producer Joe said, no context whatsoever. And then the guy that should have been coming out of this looking great as like a future star, you're not thinking about him winning that match and getting a big win over the Miz. All you're thinking about are these friggin' zombies. That's all you're going to remember,
All I'm thinking about is dog-related wrestling puns.
It's true. We still got time, because it's time now, I think. Let me check the poll results real quick. But I believe...
While the poll results are going on, while you check those, to your point earlier, yes, The Miz, man, 15 years. Consistency. I know people shit on The Miz. They think he's annoying. They don't like him. The dude's a model wrestler, man.
Yeah.
And no injuries, and he does exactly what the WWE wants him to do. And he does it to the best of his abilities. I hope he has a speedy recovery and come back soon, because I am a Miz fan.
Yeah, and I did want to talk about the Miz as well. I wasn't around when the Miz first got. That was like I was a little bit out of wrestling. I wasn't watching it as much as I did previous, and I do now. But from the people, my friends in wrestling, they said that like when he first got there, like it was not good. Like he was not good. And I think the fact that he stuck it out and he kind of turned himself into a good wrestler wins him over with a lot of people too. Like it's at least from a respect standpoint. You know what I mean? There are plenty of people that don't like the Miz. They're tired of the Miz. That's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I like you. I like the Miz. Yeah. Do I need to see him winning the title a month ago or whatever? Like, no.
We didn't even talk about the fact that they had a former champion that won a title this year.
Yeah, this was a former 2-time world champion that got eaten by zombies. But and like I guess like Yeah, I remember when he was cutting promos on shows with Roman and Cena in the ring, and he was talking about like, I've been here for 12 years, like, and he gets one of his passionate, really good Miz promos, and the crowd was 100% cheering for him, like 100%. And I remember, he's earned that. I think he's earned that because from the wrestling friends of mine that I trust their opinions, like, when he first showed up, he definitely got that job because he was who he was and he was on the Real World and he was, he was that guy, but he turned himself into a Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame guy, Yeah. And Joe says the Miz is literally one of the safest workers. Yeah. Yeah. You don't hear any wrestlers talking, bad about working with him, right? He had that stigma from CM Punk and kind of early on and stuff like that. But like, yeah, the Miz is as good as is he the best worker in the world? No, but like from a superstar WWE professional standpoint, he's as good as you could want in your company. He'll do anything you ask, cuts a great promo, can have good matches. He can fill in any need. You need him in a tag team? Cool. You need him in the IC title, mid-card? Cool. You need him in the world title picture? Cool. Like, he can do anything you want,
Yeah, buddy.
And it's just he gets a lot of crap that I don't think he deserves. So, but and also
go ahead.
No, go. Yeah, no, you go, man.
I was just gonna say he worked his ass off. I mean, you got to give him credit. I hope, like I said, he comes back. Speedy recovery to the Miz.
Yeah, and only one first major injury after 15 years. That's
impressive.
Good. That's impressive. That's an impressive track record.
I'm stiff just getting out of bed. The Miz has been going for 15 years, dude.
Yeah. All right, it is time. It is time to wrap a bow on this, and we're going to do that with our draft this evening.
Who won?
Yep. The final results with 39%. Factions made a late run. Here, but Disney movies,
of course,
they were the early favorite, and it held on to win with 38% of the vote. Thank you to everyone who participated in that. That'll be something we probably do quite often to kind of get input, and I like the fact of let them, let the viewers choose, and then we'll kind of just adapt and go with it. I think it's just fun.
So basically what we're going to do is a quick draft, basically how a draft goes. JPJ goes, and that's off the board. Then I go. Blah, blah, blah.
I get first pick?
Yeah, I'll give you first pick, man. First Billy, JPJ, because you got the better beard.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a little guy compared to that thing. So best beard goes first. Basically 5-on-5. We're going to draft 5 quick rounds. We'll keep it quick. Keep dropping those dog ones. What we'll do is after the show, you'll hop on, the old Twitter, and we'll drop a poll and see who won. Bark Lesnar.
Ed says, do Marvel and Star Wars count? I am saying no. I'm saying no there. Okay. Well, they are technically under the Disney family, but when I'm thinking like Disney animation, Pixar, like that's when I think of Disney movies, like that stuff.
Basically, we screwed up again. Like I blew the budget earlier this week, and JPJ's like, let's throw 2 oddball things in this poll that aren't wrestling related, and of course that one.
Yeah, So, well, I wanted to, you got to give the people choices. You got to give them choices. They want variety.
People power, as John.
They want variety. We like other things besides wrestling, not really, but yeah.
Sometimes Bark Lesnar.
Bark Lesnar. Oh, that's a good one. All right. Now you gave me first pick. Now the pressure's on.
Oh,
I gotta do good here. Damn it.
Disney.
All right. Well. All right. With the first pick, I am gonna take the only animated movie to ever be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm going Beauty and the Beast, my friends.
Oh, wow. What?
What do you mean what? What do you mean what?
What?
Huh? One of the greatest movies of all time. What? We throwing down already? Come on now. What?
Okay, JPJ with the top.
Did I throw you for a curveball? Were you not expecting that?
Not expecting that at all.
We did talk earlier. I am a sentimental man.
We
all right?
earlier in we have tiers. We use them. It's a good. I get it. Say what? See, that's what I'm saying. My question.
Just go.
Is,
all right.
all right. We'll fight later.
No. What's the question? No.
My question is this: are we drafting like WWE, where I can draft like an entire series, or do I have to pick just one? Like, can I take a tag team, or can I take a trios? Like,
so, like, if you like if I wanted if you're gonna go Toy Story or something like that.
Yes, if you were gonna do that,
you get all 4 combined,
right? Like bang for your buck, but that's not where I would go anyway for my first. But that's just me. You know, like how the WWE, they took like the entire Retribution.
They took the New Day.
Yeah,
they're like, we took all 3 of them with 1 pick. Wait, that's not. Wait, 3 doesn't equal. No, we took all 3.
Yeah, they're like.
Yeah. I would say I'm fine with that. If you want to do that, I'm fine.
Well, then for my first pick,
I just gave you this victory.
You did.
Son of a bee.
The Mighty Ducks. The trilogy.
Oh, you didn't even go cartoon. You went.
No.
Okay.
Anybody that knows me knows that those are the 3 greatest movies ever made.
Even the 3rd one?
Yeah, because it ties it all together, man. That shit got emotional. Talking about sad. Conway cutting class again. Bombay comes back, gives him that impassioned speech about, look, Charlie, you can keep going down this road. You can end up like me, you know? Or you can go back to school, do your thing. And then they take down the varsity team. Yep. Let's go. Paul Correa made for those hockey fans out there.
You don't have to. You don't got to tell me about them Mighty Ducks. I love the Mighty Ducks. I love the Mighty Ducks.
I'm feeling good about my 3 for 1.
All right. I'm going to let you know that obviously it depends on who you pick, but like I only had the animated side of things in my mind. So that's where I stuck.
We're gonna differ because I have some other.
That's good. I like it. I like the variety. Right. It's almost making me think that I should throw in some Mighty Jojo Morin. The Sword in the Stone is my personal favorite. That is very good. Very good.
Drop your favorite Disney movie.
Yeah, for sure. We've had some other ones. I saw a Toy Story. I saw a Toy Story 1 up there. I saw a Toy Story 3. I saw some slander about Toy Story 4 that I did not like. It is there it is. Son of a come on.
Story 4
sucked. It didn't. I mean, it wasn't the best, but sucked. Come on. That's strong. That's strong. Come on. Come on.
Nope. Nothing in my bag, honey.
Come on.
I'm all out of water.
Mighty Ducks, baby.
Woo!
Well,
Toy Story 4. Why did
no? Well, I'm gonna get back on Justine's good side because my second pick is The Lion King.
Which actually kind of throws me because I was going to pick them at some point in this draft. So now there we go. Our first. Did you hear that?
Oh yeah, she's pumped.
She just yelled upstairs. Pumped. Hey, calm down! Doing a show down here. Shit is off the rails, man.
What do you mean? That's what happens at the draft, people. The crowd has reactions.
How many times, quick sidebar, have you been in a fantasy football draft? The guy goes, you just took my pick.
Oh, it's like 9 times per draft every year.
That's what just happened. You just took my. Okay, so now that I'm completely.
Robin Hood, also excellent.
My number 2. And I'm getting value. You are giving me value, JPJ.
Yeah, you're going to have quantity. You're going to have quantity.
Cool Runnings.
Great movie. Great movie.
Let me stack the deck. I've got all the Mighty Ducks. I got Cool Runnings, dude. Moana is dope.
Moana is dope. No, Moana is dope.
That is a good one.
You know what's also awesome? Coco. But anyway, continue.
Is that what your take, Coco?
No. I'm letting you go on your Cool Runnings. I love Cool Runnings.
That's number 2 for me. That's going to be like if I'm firing up Disney Plus, which I got 4 kids. I'm like Heath Slater. I got kids. We're firing up Disney Plus, and I'm watching all sorts of stuff. But those are the ones I'm going to first. Are you kidding? Who said, are you kidding? About what? What do you got against Cool Runnings?
Throwback. Big Hero 6. Good call. Good call.
I will stand and die on this hill. JPJ and my wife are now best friends. Okay, cool. I'm down with that. I will die on this hill. Cool Runnings is the greatest Jamaican bobsled story of all time. Fight me.
Yeah, it's actually based on a true story.
Exactly. It's the greatest of all time.
One of John Candy's last movies, and John Candy was the man. So I love Cool Runnings, and now you're effing with me a little bit here. You're effing with me.
It's between two beers, baby. We do
because now I don't know if I should steer away from my game plan and have a non-animated movie because you're throwing me off here, and I'm nervous. So anyway. Oh God!
The comments are blowing up.
Yeah, I mean it's Disney. Come on? We're all kids at heart. We all are. Like Disney is
insightful.
Who doesn't love Disney?
Insightful wrestling take.
Yes.
You guys were like, no, I don't
Disney.
want no Disney. This is what this show's about. All right. So where are you going? Where are you going?
Wow. You know what? Spencer is having a time with your pick of Cool Runnings. He is not. He is not agreeing with your pick.
Dude,
not agreeing with your pick there.
Yeah, wow. I've left. I'm not. Listen, I know who I am as a person, right? I'm not.
He's like, I ain't drafted for the people. I'm drafted for me.
I'm drafted for me. I've got to sit upstairs.
I love me some me.
I got to watch this stuff. This is. I'm not. Unless you guys want to come over and hang out, we can talk. But I'm going to sit up there and watch what I want to watch, and. Cool Runnings is just so good.
Cool Runnings is amazing. Oh, I see pride. I see power.
That's what I was just going to get at. I see a badass mother that don't take nothing off of nobody.
Stop making it dirtier than it is, Parrish. There's no F word in Cool Runnings.
Spoiler alert.
Child movie. Angels in the Outfield is awesome.
Well, it's on the board still. Anyway.
I get aggressive. All right. Number 3. I asked you. Here's a little inside beard talk. I asked you earlier before air. I was like, "Is Pixar count?" Because I've people for some reason they separate Disney and Pixar, which valid. I get it. But once we agreed, number 3 for me, Finding Nemo. That's right.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's right,
dude. That's a solid number 3 pick, man.
Third round Nemo, bro. Come on.
Number 3, man. I actually had Nemo on my list. I didn't know if I'd make it. You know, that would be Mr. Irrelevant pick. Shoot. The first thing I watched on Disney Plus on launch day, 100%, was Brink. Do you remember Brink?
Oh, come on. Do I remember Brink?
Oh, that movie is
Do you know what the first thing I watched?
Skaters.
Do you know what the first thing I watched was? It was not a movie. It was a half-hour cartoon. I will give you the hint. It was Chippendale's Rescue Rangers. All-time classic. If you've never seen it, watch it.
I think we're Spencer fired up every episode. I think he's ready to hop in and tell us.
Yeah. Parrish said, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Great movie. And Ed is wondering how the Pirates of the Caribbean, the Jack Sparrow, not getting any love. I mean, the first couple were really good. The first Pirates of the Caribbean was pretty good. But all right, man. Number 3 for you, bro. What you doing?
Oh, dude. You took Nemo. Oh, man. I'm going to go with, if we're doing Pixar, I'm going to go Monsters, Inc.
Oh, awesome.
My kids love that movie, and I've watched it probably 10,000 times. It's a good quality, wholesome pick.
Emperor's New Groove is hilarious. A hilarious movie.
I guess if we want it, since we have to pick 5, we could do this all night, really, and just go down.
We could have easily with Disney movies. We could have went 10. We could have done more than 5. You know, you don't want to go 2.
The best thing about Disney movies is not everybody's 5 is the same.
It's the best. Like you will have the most diverse group.
Cool Runnings for life. Not gonna back down.
I'm going to go on record. My 5th pick is not going to be an animated movie. I'm going to answer John and his strategy with my 5th pick.
Oh, but you got the first round. So go with your 4th pick. You're at your 4th. You still got one more.
Yeah. All right, my fourth pick is another Pixar movie.
Shrek is not Disney.
Shrek is not Disney.
Does not count.
Shrek is not
DreamWorks.
Disney. That is
bro.
DreamWorks.
Have some kids and you'll know that.
Mary Poppins is a good one. Mary Poppins is a good one. I am sticking with Pixar again. I'm actually picking my favorite Pixar movie. I'm going with one Ratatouille.
Ooh, Ratatouille.
Great movie.
I like how you say thank you. Thank you. Like you just stole the draft. Like it's over.
I mean, this was over with pick one, my friend. Beauty and the Beast.
I gave it to you for out of the kindness of my heart, but I've got 3-1 right now.
It's true. It's true.
Because I think I get Monsters University thrown in there too, and that's just,
no, that's a different movie.
What? No, but it's like a prequel to the.
No.
It all whatever.
Maybe I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine. All right.
Wow, Spencer. Fun fact: I have never once watched Ratatouille in English. I watched it twice in French class. Wow, that's awesome. We watch it again in English. It's good. It's very good.
Stone Cold Steve Austin would say, "What?
What?
What?"
That's kind of cool, though.
Spencer, you got to be joking me.
All right, my friend, number 4.
Number 4, man. What am I firing up here? Oh, I'm going to shout out to the wife, Angels in the Outfield.
All right, that's a good one.
Solid movie. And this is all I have to say. This is it. Everybody.
Yeah,
everybody knows.
Joseph, what a young.
I said it.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's right. Matthew McConaughey was in that movie. Adrian Brody, Danny Glover, Tony Davis, staff.
Yeah, it's a ridiculous cast. Cast.
What's his name from Back to the Future? What's his real name?
Christopher Lloyd.
Thank you.
Yeah,
he's in that movie. Dude, the movie is stacked.
And I believe the announcer's the bad guy in that movie, or is the announcer? No, John Candy's in Rookie of the Year.
Yes,
as the announcer. Very hilarious, John Candy.
Oh, thanks. My wife said I can be her best friend too. Thanks, honey. That's so sweet. Mwah.
All right. I think Ed is correct. Parrish, great call on Wreck-It Ralph. Great call. Great movie.
Great.
So I was originally, what I would do normally right now to just absolutely slaughter this draft is I would take Aladdin. That's what I would do here. But I'm going to answer because you've gone the non-cartoon route most of this.
Yeah.
So I'm going to answer you with my favorite non-cartoon Disney movie of all time. And as you can see by my face, you'll probably understand why the second I announce it. But it is Heavyweights.
Damn it, dude! That was going to be my last pick.
Oh, was it? Yeah. Well. I grew up chubby. I grew up chubby too. Like it is what it is. All right, that movie hits home. Oh, Spencer, I love Up, Parrish. I love Up. Tremendous.
Spencer, when's the last time you watched Leo and Stitch? Be real. Come on. Coming on between two beards with that trash. Come on. You didn't watch that in the last 2 years.
Heavyweights. Ben Stiller,
Dude.
a young Ben Stiller as the heel. As the heel of the camp, just a bunch of
Gerald Gardner, 140 pounds.
Oh no! If there's anybody in the chat that has not seen Heavyweights,
do it now.
If you have time tonight, if you have time tomorrow, I don't care when. Fire up the Disney Plus. Take an hour and 35. You need an hour 35. Grab your favorite snack or beverage and enjoy yourself because it is tremendous. It is so good. And that wasn't even on my radar until you went non-cartoon and I was like, all right.
Well, I had to
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate it because I'm probably, guess what? I'm probably going to watch Heavyweights tonight.
There you go. Wild card, bitches.
Wait, 10 things that can't be true. Is that true, Ed? That 10 Things I Hate About You is a Disney movie?
No, it's on Disney Plus. So when the streaming service, a little behind baseball, or when the streaming service became a thing, they bought up some movie properties that aren't Disney movies, like Home Alone is on there, and Sister Act, which if Sister Act was a Disney movie, that'd be on my 5. Fight me.
Yeah.
But yeah, they bought up some stuff. So technically speaking, those are New Line Cinema. 10 Things I Hate About You, which is a great movie, by the way.
Great movie. Great movie.
On that.
First time I remember seeing Heath Ledger.
10
God
things.
rest his soul.
10 things Spencer hates about this draft. All of it so far.
I don't know if Sandlot is Disney. If Sandlot is, if we were doing favorite movies of all time, Sandlot would be one for me. That's my favorite movie.
Dude, that movie's
but
awesome.
I don't think Disney when I think Sandlot. So I didn't. Okay, there you go with the facts. Yeah. Justine spitting facts. Anyway, all right, my friend.
You're gonna get screaming again. So
last pick,
Mr.
Irrelevant here.
I'm gonna shock some people. There's a lot of good picks still on the board.
Right? Oh, I mean, like with Disney and especially we could go forever if we really wanted to.
The Santa Claus throwback. That's a good one too. Those are solid movies.
Yeah, you don't even.
For me, number 5, A Bug's Life.
Oh, good one. Good one.
I love that movie. Again, I'm picking for me. I love all the fans. I love all the participation and all the comments, but I got to watch these 5, right? So I got to sit up there and I'm trying to think what movies can I enjoy when my kids aren't around, which we watch all these movies all the time. But if I was going to have to watch them by myself, obviously I'd be like, yeah, Bug's Life is a solid story.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that basically rounds out our quick little 5-round Disney movie draft.
I won. I got all 3 Mighty Ducks.
Oh, Ed is furious.
No Toy Story was drafted. That I thought, you know what? That's true. Toy Story is good. I mean, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah. The first one is good. The second one.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. I like you a lot. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm just kidding. No. All right. Here's the thing, right?
Tread lightly with the
Walter White. Tread lightly. Rookie of the Year is Disney, and the dude wearing a Cubs hat doesn't pick it.
That is not Disney.
Wow. Look at Spencer here. I'm going Joe because of his astute not picking Cool Runnings. Wow. I like Cool Runnings.
What do you
like Cool Tangled better than Frozen. Get at me. All right. Anyway, I like Cool Runnings. It's a great movie. You could have got that with the 13th pick.
I picked,
you know what I'm saying?
Cool Runnings because I only had 5. I was trying to go off the beaten path. I picked Cool Runnings. It was literally like I said, I don't know. It's like the end of the world. I don't have a great comparison. I guess if we're going to circle back to wrestling, it's like when I said I love Eva Marie, everybody was like, what are you talking about? Cool Runnings is the Eva Marie of Disney movies, I guess.
Well, Spencer is furious. You want to talk about furious? Spencer is. There are 3. No, Spencer. Technically, there are 4. There are 4 Toy Story movies.
Isn't there a 5th?
And Cool Runnings went second. That is.
It's the greatest Jamaican bobsled story of all time.
I did not know that this was going to lead to such dissension among the Love Wrestling crew.
4
I am sorry.
Toy Stories. It took
if
4
I knew,
movies.
If I knew that this would lead to the demise of Love Wrestling, I don't know.
Every week,
this is over.
Like, this is it.
Oh.
Last week it was the fireworks. This week it's because I enjoy Cool Runnings.
I do too.
And you know what?
I do too.
Just like Cool Runnings said, Spencer, I'm gonna rise above it. You got to rise above it. I'm gonna you watch your movies. You do. I like all those movies too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm firing that up. I'm gonna go with Cool Runnings. It's a great movie.
Hey, you know what? To each their own. That's what it's all opinion. Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah.
So when we put this poll on Twitter later, everyone better vote for me. Thank you. Okay. So
why don't you just run in right now, Spencer?
Here we go, Spencer. Please step into my virtual office following the show here, and we can discuss our budget and your controversy creates cash mentality on the stream.
All I'm gonna say is whatever you got to say to us, you can say to our fans, Spencer. Why we're not gonna hide in a virtual office.
Oh,
where's my fireworks at, man?
What a time. I do agree with the Canadian Goose here, though. Little Mermaid, also Under the Sea, is the best Disney song. It's up there. It's up there. We could have a whole other draft with Disney songs if we really wanted to. But sorry. That is definitely up there.
I almost went Flubber, bro.
Flubber. Wow.
Yeah.
I like the way you think. It's outside the box, but I like the way you think.
I think, you know, and that's what we're all about here, right? Between Two Beards. This is not your typical wrestling show.
We're definitely going to try not to be.
We're not.
You know?
And I'm thinking outside the box. Spencer knew what he was getting when he hired me.
Be Our Guest is a, yes, all-timer. All-timer. Another one of my favorite. I disagree, but they're both great songs, Parrish. I would go Under the Sea a little bit better.
I Can't Wait to Be King, Lion King. That's
very good. Yeah. If we're talking Lion King, Be Prepared by Scar, I think is one of, if not the best Disney villain song in the history of Disney. That's right. That's right. I said it. I got hot takes over here, John. I got hot takes galore when it comes to Disney over here.
Not your typical wrestling show.
No, it's not.
No.
But anyway.
And we're getting reprimanded after.
No, you are. I didn't do anything.
What?
I didn't pick Cool Runnings. I did not pick Cool Runnings. I said I liked it, but I did not pick Cool Runnings. I am not.
The views and opinions expressed here are those.
Ooh, all right. I need to ask.
Not JPJ.
I need to ask Spencer a question with his comment because he says that's not even the best song in The Little Mermaid. I agree.
Spencer is.
But what?
Tonight.
Okay. Poor Unfortunate Souls. So in the. Way Up There, I think the Ariel song, Way Up There, tremendous. Well, there you go. And this is all that really matters, John. Sorry. Is that she stands behind your Cool Runnings pick. And that's at the end of the day, it's all you need. Love is all you need.
Hey, if I could drop John's love corner here for a minute, find you a woman that supports your Cool Runnings. Find you one of those, wife them up.
Lady and the Tramp also.
As they said on Friday Night Lights, which isn't a Disney movie, but get you one of these, boys. Get you one of these.
You know?
Hey, thanks, honey.
All right.
But my wife will be pretty stoked because it sounds like after this show, we will not have to spend an hour and a half every Thursday talking wrestling because Spencer's fired up tonight, man. I got the lights turned back on.
I did not know that Spencer. Well, first of all, I had no idea that Cool Runnings would be involved this evening. So the fact that it was involved was one thing. And the second, I did not know that Spencer was so against it.
I didn't either.
So amazing. Amazing.
I'm shocked.
Kiss the Girl is, as Ed says, it is a bit problematic now, but it's still a banger. It's still a banger of a song. It's amazing. It's so good. But it is, yeah. But that's the end of the draft. So what we will do is, you want to have a little bit of a contest? You want to wing it and have a little bit of a contest, John?
I always want to wing it. Have you noticed my?
All right, so here we go. Oh, wait, fireworks, Bruce Springsteen, Cool Running.
What?
Oh no!
So
this is a downright attack. This is a downright attack
by
Spencer this evening.
Hey, preview for next week's show.
Spencer's getting on this podcast next week.
Top 5. That's fun. Top 5 Bruce Springsteen songs next week on Between Two Beards.
How about this? As one of the co-hosts of Between Two Beards, I will throw out an open challenge to Spencer to join us next week. Ooh. So we can talk this out. We can talk out the Cool Runnings / dissension.
You don't want the smoke
of what happens here.
As Montez Ford would say, baby, you don't want the smoke. Mm-hmm. You don't want
so what will happen is, how about we throw a little contest? We'll put it on Twitter. we'll put a summary of our draft.
Yep.
And we'll have the people vote. And then how about the winner, who the people choose, we get to pick the category of either the list or the draft that we do next week's show. Huh?
I like that.
Is that fair? Is that fair?
Fine.
All right, we got witnesses. Witnesses in the chat. Joe, behind the glass. Witnesses.
Witnesses.
If you win, you can pick whatever you want. Wrestling related, non-wrestling related, whatever, as long as it's appropriate for the show. That's it. How about that?
So, top 5 Cool Runnings moments of all time.
I could do it. I could do it.
Yeah,
all right.
Is there okay? We
sorry.
went completely off the rails.
No, we finished the draft. You made me laugh. I'm sorry. But anyway, we need to give away a mug. I believe we need to give away a mug before we get out of here.
Before we talk about our weekends, what we got coming up, who do you think won? This guy right here. One of these guys?
Some of the ones that stuck out to me, Bark Lesnar was a good one. I believe towards the beginning of the show, I felt like we got a real good one. And when I'm scrolling up in the chat, it seemed to have timed out. So that's unfortunate. But I thought after the cool runnings tirade, I don't know. I don't know if John
I will mail you this mug with a copy of Cool Runnings on DVD so you can, enjoy cinematic excellence.
Yeah. We do have a late entry from Ed. He says Eddie Guerrero. I thought that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
There you go.
Is that the winner? Is Ed the winner coming in late just because it's the most fresh one that we remember?
I know that we had
we had Bark Lesnar.
Bark Lesnar was good.
We had Rover Reigns, which was also good.
Also very good.
And then I felt like right out the chute, we had a good one from Ryan Cullen.
Ryan Cole.
But I don't know if he's still here. I don't know what he said.
I don't know either.
But anyway, out of Eddie Guerrero, Rover Reigns, and Bark Lesnar, which one? You came up with the idea. I will let you pick. I will let you pick.
Realize the pressure is on there. Because Bark Lesnar was the lady upstairs.
Perish Gene Jitsu. Oh, no.
Let's give it to Ed. Ed with Eddie Guerrero. Ed's always on these streams. He's killing it. Ryan. You know what, Ryan? I'm going to send you one, too. We'll send out 2.
Wow.
Let's do it. Honey, this one is always upstairs for you to use. Bark Lesnar was phenomenal. But we already have one in our household.
Wow. Oh.
And watch.
At least you can watch Cool Runnings while you're on the couch, right? I mean, at least. So,
Man.
All right. On that note.
That was your fault, JPJ.
How is that my fault? What? I am not.
You've got to sleep on the couch because she's your best friend. She just said,
I am not. I am not getting blamed for anything that happened this evening. All right, the dissension, Ed, the arguments. Thank you, Ed, as always.
So I don't know how to get a hold of Ed, and we'll have to figure it out. Slide into one of our DMs, and we'll get you. We'll get you.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And we will send one your way. Also, I don't know. I think it timed out, so we can't get to the Bark Lesnar. But if you are still here, the Bark Lesnar, also slide into our DMs and we will get you.
Bark Lesnar, she's upstairs.
Oh, all right. That was okay. I didn't know. I just
on the couch. I said, "Honey, we already have one."
I'm a fool. Right over my head.
You did a great
I need to go to bed. Anyway, thank you all for joining us at Between Two Beards.
Wait, so who's getting fired? They need only.
I will preface this by saying I did not draft Cool Runnings at number 2. I did not. If it's me, it's me. I mean, life plays out in mysterious ways, but I did not draft Cool Runnings. So I'll be shocked if he's referring to me there, but he could be. I don't know.
So it's been fun.
It has. I've enjoyed 2 shows.
I'd like to thank, the fine folks that love wrestling for giving me this opportunity. I'm available to anybody who wants to hire me at this point. Shit. Hey, PJ, what do you got going on this weekend, my man? As we get out of here.
Yeah, this weekend I might hop on a Reacts if we have one, maybe for Smack potentially. I don't know. But other than that, I will be the weather's supposed to be pretty nice, and I'm vaccinated, so I think I might try to like feel what outside feels like again. I think that would be fun. So I'm thinking, just normal weekend, just watching some wrestling, kind of doing my thing. I know you have big plans this weekend. You're going away to a fancy wedding.
We're going to I'm sleeping on the couch tonight now, so
yeah,
I don't know if I'm getting the invite, but yes, we're going out of town. We're going to a wedding. Also try to watch some wrestling maybe when I get back. Yeah. Maybe not tomorrow during the wedding. That might be a little. Yeah. But you know what? Since this is my last show, let's just get them out of the way now. Make sure you check out the Josh Robinson of Mine Behind tomorrow at 7:30. Spencer, I know you're mad at me, but I think it's 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We've got the Love Reacts SmackDown right after SmackDown on Friday.
There it is, 7 p.m.
My bad. I got cool runnings on the mind. And then I'm, Sunday brunch every Sunday, 1 p.m. Make sure you check that out. Those guys have a really good time, and I think JPJ jumps on that when he can. And
I do, yes. I do.
Still haven't made my Sunday brunch debut yet. But
you got to hop on. I haven't. Life has happened, so unfortunately, the last few weeks or so, I haven't been able to hop on there. But it's always a blast. Always.
If I can still at least be a fan of the site, I will. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Josh Robinson's charity stream. He's going to do 10 hours of Brie Bella's theme song playing on a loop and play video
while he does this stream.
And does the stream for charity. I wish I could remember what the charity was off the top of my head, but go to Josh Robinson _00 and find out all the info. And if you got a few extra bucks, throw it Josh's way. Josh is one of the best
awesome.
content creators. Awesome. So we love what he does. But
we will be back here. Hopefully, we'll see how this meeting. We'll see how this virtual meeting goes shortly. And Joe is correct. Josh is the man. 100%.
Side note: thank you, Joe, for producing tonight and letting JPJ kill it and letting me kill.
Hey, you were great too.
Just killed the show. It's going to be between one beard. I don't know, or just.
Just beard. I'm just going to call it beard.
That's just beard.
Yeah, welcome to Love Wrestling Beard. That's what we're doing. But no, thank you all for joining. We will be back here hopefully next Thursday. It will be at a different time because I do believe we have a Quizzleplex next week.
Quizzleplex starts at 9. We will jump.
Yes, we will move up to 8 instead of 8:30 to be the lead-in to that fabulous trivia show that is the last Thursday.
And we will make sure all the zombie talk, all the cool runnings talk is done in plenty of time for those fine folks at Quizzleplex to do their thing. And hopefully you check them out as well. Yes, beard wrestling.
Beard wrestling is the best wrestling. And as far as I go, be on the lookout for the War Report. The last couple weeks, John, you hopped on a couple with me. Our producer Joe was on a few with me too. We had War Report live. Still up in the air whether we will be live next week or back to our normal Thursday. We're trying to figure it out because AEW kind of threw a little special Friday night Dynamite next week. There isn't one on Wednesday. So we're trying to figure out the scheduling thing. But as soon as we got that down, we'll be sending it your way. As always, follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on Twitch. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, lovewrestling.ca. We have a lot of good people doing a lot of good things, and we're coming out. We're just releasing more and more as the weeks go on, and we got some good stuff coming. So follow us, support us. We thank you all. For John, have a great time this weekend at that wedding. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. This was a blast, man, again. So for John and myself, JPJ.
Ed for getting the mug.
Yes, congrats to Ed.
Like I said, Ed, hit us up in our DMs and we'll get your information. We'll get this one sent out to you, okay?
Yep, and we will see you next week for another episode of Between Two Beers.
Peace.
My best friends. Some people say we have a problem.